clear. Go.
Welcome back to another Cyberpunk 2077 lore discussion. A few Choombers recently asked me, what is the Night City SIN? SIN, an acronym for State Identification Number, was originally modelled on the California Citizen Identification Process, developed in Northern and Southern California leading up to 2020. At the time of registration, which usually happens at birth, a citizen number is assigned. This number is the source of all record keeping and benefits assignment, if any exist. A personal DNA pattern is also mapped at this time. Without a SIN, a citizen of Night City cannot get a passport or driver's license, register to vote, or apply for any type of job within the state. The SIN is the only way the state can keep track of its taxpayers. To retain a SIN, the citizen must pay an average of 10% of their wages and taxes. This pays for roads, police, and the other expenses of infrastructure. Part of this money is paid to the federal government for its programs. There are no deductions or reductions in tax. Corporations that support or trade services with states and municipalities sometimes get their employees exempted. Military personnel on active duty are exempt. Benefits and perks paid fully by the employer are not considered taxable, as no corporation would ever agree to that. In Night City, there are those who operate without one. Some simply exclude themselves. Some are left out for other reasons. These people are the truly disenfranchised. They have various names, including Zeros, Unpeople, Nosferatu. They exist only in the streets. They cannot make large purchases, nor do they have civil rights. During the period of martial law, if captured committing a crime, they were treated as prisoners of war, and now they are usually summarily tried and punished. The philosophy is, why waste valuable monies on a non-person, even to lock them up and give them a fair trial? The most significant problem with the SIN number is the fact that few states, corporations, or federal agencies cooperate and share data. If they did, it has been estimated that the number of repeat criminals would drop very sharply. The upshot of this is that you will find that criminals can run from the law to some extent. Generally though, if you meddle with the affairs of the corporations, you are killed regardless. The CIA still attempts to correlate and track data on a national scale, but the system is flawed. The primary means of identification is retinal scanning. DNA can also be used, but is time intensive. Most of the Night City populace believe that retinal scans are infallible. To some extent, that was true until 2017. The new industry of nanotechnology developed a mask, a layer of cells that could be etched or allowed to grow naturally. These cells could completely conceal or duplicate the person's retinal pattern. Various types of other biotech could also create minor changes in the DNA itself. The point of all this is the fact that criminals spend significant sums of money to constantly change their identities. The simplest reason for this is the short life of those who do not. The largest problem with retinal scans is the number of criminals who opt for two cyber optics, rendering the process useless, though some are attempting to use serial numbers on cyberware in an attempt to address this problem. It's not entirely clear whether or not V had a SIN from the gameplay demo. There was something called a record ID, but it is currently unknown what that exactly involves. One must also recall the events of the Fourth Corporate War, where Rash Botmos effectively managed to destroy most online records with the data crash virus, so it may very well be the case that the SIN system may be obsolete or even replaced in Cyberpunk Red and Cyberpunk 2077. Hey Chumba, I'm Kazuliski, and I hope you found this Cyberpunk 2077 lore update to be informative. Are you interested in more Cyberpunk 2077 content? Then be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you have any questions or feedback, please let me know in the comment section. Thank you for chipping in.
Riding high, my sluts are shy.